He is very, very lucky to be here. So says David Larkin, the headmaster. It is luck that Jean thinks about, while looking out of the window in the headmaster's office, where, down by the lake, he can see the dark smudges of boys racing along the pontoon. And how, really, he so often has the opposite. He was unlucky, for example, that Samuel should sit next to him in biology. Unlucky that Samuel, who has sinus problems, should sneeze as he turned to face Jean. And unlucky that the spray, thousands, millions, even billions of bacteria, should hit Jean on his neck, his cheek, his lips. What to do when faced with such a situation? When all the forces of the world conspire against you? Fight back, of course. Like Bruce Lee says, you make your own luck. So that was what Jean did. He hit Samuel, just as Samuel had hit him with his fist of germs, square in the mouth. Lord of unluck. Through the window, 3 pink smudges disappear into the dazzlingly blue water. Jean, David says. And that is why Jean now sits before this balding man, liver spotted across his forehead, skin shiny with sweat. If Jean had to guess, he would say David Larkin is about 50, although he doesn't behave like most old people. He insists the boys call him Davy. All the teachers go by their Christian names at Compton Manor. He encourages the boys to be outside as much as possible, exploring the fertile land of this blessed place. Once he brought in a box of live frogs for the boys to dissect. He is, in other words, weird. Like Rosa. With her short hair and overalls, she is Rosa, never Mum. And if Jean should even think of calling her mother, well then, as if it isn't bad enough that she works. She is an artist. Talking politics with a crowd of students around the dinner table, a cloud of smoke above them, shouting at Jean to join, swearing into the early hours of the morning. Although David, Jean cannot bring himself to call him Davy, would never swear. He is, despite, or is it because of, running a school of half-wild boys, a good Christian. Jean, David says, are you listening?